Hi, it's Candace again, and today I am reviewing Make Your Own Timeline of World History by Sarah Brown. It is 365 days of a storyboard designed to accompany any kind of unit study or world history study. It's a really big book, and I have some special interest in this book as a My Father's World user, because one of the things with My Father's World that I've seen over and over again in questions like on Facebook is how do I I don't have enough room for this timeline thing to go all the way around my classroom. So this book is a really good solution. I had actually been putting a bunch of pieces of cardstock, taping them with packaging tape back and forth together accordion style, because we also don't have the wall space to put like a timeline all the way around, as nice as that would be. So this book, we have not started filling this out yet, but I think the way I'm going to do it, you will see as we go through it that it's pretty open-ended how you want to do it. And I think what we're going to do is separate it into sections based on what we are studying at the time. Like we did last year in first grade was all Bible. And so I think we're going to probably end up pasting a lot of our pages out of the timeline that I attempted to make into this and making that the Bible section, and then moving on to what the next thing we're studying, because it was hard for me at first to wrap my head around how to separate all these to make it perfectly chronological, etc., etc. I mean, that's going to be different for every person. So for us, I think the best solution is to just go with what we're learning, and maybe I'll end up putting some kind of markings or tabs in the book so that you can see this is Bible history. I still haven't worked it out exactly what we're going to do, but that's just an idea that I've just come up with to separate them and yet make it so I don't have to pre-plan. Now, I may end up still pre-planning this and trying to kind of get a good idea of periods of history, and then allotting, there's 365 pages, so there's a lot of different pages that we could attribute to different time periods and try to make it a little more chronological. It just take a little bit of forethought for me to do that. But as you can see there, it's pretty blank, but it allots a lot of room for writing. One of the things I didn't like about my timeline that I had tried to make was I couldn't write anything down below. I mean, all the pictures were labeled, but I thought, well, what if we study a unit of history and we don't have these pretty pictures that are all labeled and stuff? So it's nice that you have all this writing ability down here. Maybe you could put some keynotes about the time period that you're talking about or what was going on in history. And there's the pages are roughly in the same format per page. And I do like also that there is room to color the backgrounds if you feel so inclined, or not. It's just whatever you enjoy doing. Yeah, this book it's very large. You can see how thick the binding is, and I'm looking forward to using it, like I said, because the number one thing almost that I see when people start getting into the curriculum that we use is My Father's World. If we and that's what we'll probably continue to use if we do not do unschooling for a while, or just use thinking tree materials, because I mean that thought is definitely very appealing to me. So that might be another route we go, but this is like one of the number one My Father's World comments that I see made on Facebook is, oh, how do I fit my timeline in a book? How am I going to fit it across my wall? And I was very confused as to how to work that out in the beginning too. And even with my accordion style, the problem with that is, we already have over 25 feet with all these pages. So, once you unfold all of those, you're going to have longer than a room. But I like this book because you could see the whole history of the world, in one concise volume. So just really love looking at these materials and working with them. I'm going to do another video once we've filled in this book a little bit more, but I wanted to show it to you guys because I'm so excited about these materials, and and just utilizing them in our home school.